Hey, good morning. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I hope you're doing well today. It's a day after election here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So it was a busy day yesterday. Kind of crazy. Didn't get as much stuff as done as I wanted to yesterday. Just distracted by going back and forth and supporting the people that are helping everyone vote. So that was good. Anyway, it was a good day. Day's over. Time to get back to work. And today I want to talk about so many agile people that quote call themselves quote unquote agile people want to tell teams what they should do. Telling them may help make them the best, but it doesn't make them stronger, right? We as agile folks, coaches, scrum masters, servant leaders, our job is to help facilitate getting the teams together to produce a stronger option, a more well-rounded option, rather than we'll talk about that in a little bit. But it's so easy to fall into the trap for me to tell somebody what to do, right? Or you, or who is Scrum Master or an Agile coach, tell people how to do it. That is not what we're supposed to be doing. Though I've seen arguments, I've taught classes, I've seen people that are supposed to be agile people are like, well, I just want to tell them what the answer and how to do it. Well, that's not the agile way, right? It's self-organizing. But I'm going to talk about that today a little bit of different take on a Scrum Master. It's very difficult to do. It's very difficult to resist the temptation. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit through it, what it's about. But it is hard. It's not easy. So this 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And here we talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical and tactical way so you can get more value for your customers, not work crazy hours to get the value, and to have a little fun along the way. And don't forget tonight, Scott Sampson's going to talk about relationship value flow and how that works today with the Scrum Master relationship. And he's going to present at our meetup at 6 o'clock tonight. So if you haven't joined, you still got time to join. Please join us. It's going to be an interesting thing. It's a different topic, a different thought process. So it'll be interesting. Okay. So with that introduction, don't forget to sign up for the meetup.com for our 5 a.m. Master Scrum. There we have a whole meetup site. I probably should put something on LinkedIn. I'll do that today too. I should have done it earlier, but I'm still getting over vacation, which we'll retrospect on that tomorrow. Oh, anyway. So what is my thought process? Why am I saying this? I remember teaching a class. We had a student for one of our IC Agile courses, and he was very adamant about just telling people what to do. Do it this way. Do it my way. Do it my way, and you'll be great, and you'll be fine. And maybe that's true. Maybe that person does have the best solution for the problem. Maybe. In an agile mindset, the team, the diversification of that thought process from multiple people will produce a stronger answer. May not be the best answer, but maybe a stronger answer that the team will do. That's like people telling me. I mean, people can tell me all the time, you got to lose weight. Stop eating this. Don't drink that. Don't drink the sugar water, right? Telling somebody something doesn't mean they'll do it. Okay? They need to own it. They need to internalize what's going on. The only way for them to internalize what's going on is if they do it, most likely. Highly probable. I'm not saying it's 100%, but it's most likely. So they need to come up with the answer. That's why we say self-organizing teams in Scrum are the best teams. Okay. They're more diverse in their thought process and their solutions. They take on different parts of the architecture, different parts of the structure that you may not know particular, right? So you have to resist as a person. So here's as a agile coach or Scrum Master. So when the opportunity comes, the goal of the Scrum Master as a coach is to get the people in the room together. Now, when I say that, You set up the environment, you facilitate the activity where they talk about a particular item. Now, you can identify issues because you're part of the team that the team needs to address. There's nothing wrong with that. This is the solution, but you have to, yeah, you can identify it, but the team might pick something else that they think they need to work on during the sprint, and you need to let it go, right? You need to let it go. Now, when you do facilitate a thing, now rather than tell them this should be your answer, you can provide mentoring advice from your experiences in the past, other teams you coached or scrum mastered, that what worked and what didn't work. Now, what I typically do is I let teams come up with what they think their answer is. Then I will share with them some mentoring experiences I've had, whether it be a list of things or terms or things other teams did that they can reference. And they can take whatever of those list of things or items that give them mentoring experiences with and decide whether or not it works for them and they want to incorporate. They don't have to, right? I've seen a lot of things that worked in some teams and a lot of things that didn't. And some teams had the same thing. Some teams did a little bit differently. I've seen that happen. So not everything works, but the team has to absorb those mentoring thoughts. So the idea is that you're not telling them like your definition of done should include unit testing. Well, maybe they don't want it. Okay. Maybe it's really good process. Maybe there should be documentation. Maybe be updated. Who knows, right? But they have to say, oh, yeah, I think unit testing, because they're the ones that are gonna do it. If they never did it before, they're not gonna know. They have to say, you know what, unit testing is a good thing to do, and we should do that. Or automation test is a good thing, we should do that. They have to bring that in themselves. Just because I tell them automation, I should provide the idea as just like any member of the team. Here's another thing that you might want to consider. But it's up to you to consider. It's not me telling them you shall automate your testing. It's here's what other teams have done. It saves some time and money and some effort. It makes you not have to work as long and do repetitive tasks. I leave it up to you, right? If you want to go that path, or we go that path later on, whenever you think, but it's on the table, but the team decides. So in this case, the team is stronger as a team because they own the process. They can be held themselves accountable to themselves and to the team when they follow their own process. If I gave them the process, then they said it's Greg's process. They're not necessarily accountable for Greg's process. They need to be accountable for their own process so that it can continue on long past when I'm gone as an agile coach in the group, long past since they change out Scrum Masters, long past since change out managers, right? But it's so tempting for an agile person who's in leadership, who does things like the one person that was in that class, to say, I'm going to tell them what to do because I know what's best. I've done 50 million of these things and I know what's best. Is it best? I don't know. It's an option. But one of the things agile people have to learn to do is bring it to the team. Any one of my people I coach, anywhere I've ever coached, they all know, yes, Greg's going to tell us, bring it to the team. Ask the team. It's harder. It may take a little more work. So let's do a quick comparison. I can tell you what to do in a daily scrum. I could tell you what should be in team norms. I could just rattle off based on all the teams I've had, what worked and what overlap teams. I could give that to you, right? But is it more important? But so that would be easy. Take 5 seconds, right? Take 5. It's a little harder and takes a little bit, but it doesn't take a lot more time to build a stronger team unit to say, I want to hold a session. I want you all to talk about how your team norms are going to be and what you want to do. It's a half-hour session. That little half hour, we're wasting a half hour trying to get the team to figure out what to do, is a stronger product, more diversified product that the team's going to own and do than me telling them. So our job, which is a little bit harder than the normal person. So many people, I want a quick fix. I want it done now. I want to fix. It's like someone was doing a petition to get another party on the ballot. And I'm like, look, These other parties have worked years to get enough people to be a official party to be on the ballot, and it because it's a primary, so it's a political party thing. I'm like, you just want to rush it in. You just want it now. But all these people work their tails off. So sometimes you got to put a little work into it to build a better product. I'd rather have a couple parties that work together to get a lot of people to really get their word out than one person, right? One person, I think I should be my own party and my party that I created should be on there. I'm like, not necessarily. So the same thing goes for an agile coach or scrum master. I'm one person. Doesn't mean necessarily I'm right. I probably could be. That's true. I don't know. Maybe I am, but it may not be. And maybe it's the best solution, but it may not be the right solution for the group, the team that needs to live by it. Like I can tell everyone clean up the street, but if they don't think they should clean up the street, I'm just telling them they're just going to keep littering all the time anyhow. What am I doing? They have to own it. They have to understand it. They have to have a passion for it. So by letting them be a part of that solution, they own it. See, it's a big difference. So it's a little harder to do it this way, but in the long run, you're going to build stronger teams and you're really going to do what Scrum Masters and Agile coaches are supposed to do. You're supposed to get the teams to build and own what they want to do because they have to do it day in, day out. You just facilitate, offer them, let them take that half hour, that have that conversation, let them decide on how they want to do it, and then go from there. That's all I gotta. That's all I gotta. It's hard. It's hard to it's you just gotta resist telling them what to do. Give them mentoring experiences. Give them. I've seen this work before. It's up to you to choose whether or not. This is one experience I had. I'm not saying I'm bragging. I can say I did over 3,000 daily scrums, which is true. Doesn't mean that what I saw in those 3,000 daily scrums necessarily works for that team. And you got to be flexible enough, and you got to let them decide how they want to shape it up. And it could change. Your answer today maybe not be the answer tomorrow, right? So it will change. It will morph, and you have to be as an agile person open to that change, open to the adjustments. So many people who are agile coaches and scrum masters are not able to handle that change. Maybe that would be a good interview question. Okay, let's say you did come up with the process. Well, how would you react if the team decided they didn't want to do your process and they wanted to modify your process and make it different? How would you feel about that? Maybe that's a great question to ask. Actually, I should ask that question. Anyway, I want to wish you the best. I want to wish you a happy scrumming. Remember, resist telling teams what to do. Don't be that person that says, I know what's best for the team and I need to do it. So many old school managers want to do that. So many people that become scrum masters and agile coaches want to say, oh, I know what's best, so I'm going to tell them what to do. So many corporations want you to tell them, here's what you do. Boom, 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 boom. That may not be the best, strongest answer you can give them. So with that, I want to wish you all have a great day. Happy scrumming. Remember, resist telling, be more of a mentor, share experiences, let the teams take what they want to incorporate in how they do their job every day. With that, take care. See ya.